Hello, welcome to Borofantv. New feature we're doing now, and it's called To Be a Boro Fan. I'm going to talk to various people throughout the season and get them on their views about the Boro, memorable games, what makes them be a Boro fan in truth. And I thought, start off with, I've got to start with the main man here, Guesty. I've been privileged here, I'm using his mic tonight, so I'm going to ask him a few questions and find out what made Guesty be a Boro fan. So, first of all, Guesty, first question, why are you a Boro fan?
Why am I a Boro fan? Like the majority of Boro fans, my dad got hold of me one Saturday, stuck the red and white hat on, the red and white scarf, and took me down to Ayresome Park. And as memory serves me, I believe my first game was a boring 0-0 draw against Stoke City.
Right.
And, you know, like, the crack was there. Dad used to go to the club, sit you in with the doorman, 2:30 to the match, you know, and then to the match. And then obviously you start going, you see the Boro scoring goals, and you witness Middlesbrough as a kid beating Sheffield Wednesday 8-0. And like you say, that's where the love grows.
Yeah,
and for, like you say, my first really good, strong memories are when Jack Charlton took charge of that team, and he used to come on the pitch.
Privileged to see that team then,
He used to come on the pitch, collect the lads' tracksuit tops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought, he's fantastic, that man.
Yeah.
But the brain scrambles a bit, you don't realise. At that time, we had 2 World Cup winners at the club.
Yeah.
We had Jack Charlton and Harold Shepperson.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I was privileged enough to meet Harold Shepperson in the changing rooms at Ayresome Park, you know what I mean? And like you say, the love just grows and grows. You fall out now and again.
Yeah, we do.
But you can't leave. This is one relationship you can't get out of, and it's amazing. I had the privilege of playing on Ayresome Park. I've played with some Boro legends, with Mowbray, Hutchinson, Craig Johnson, do you know what I mean? And like you say, I'm a middle-aged man now, and they're just unforgettable moments.
Yeah. So, from all those years, Guesty, who's your favourite Boro player of all time, if you had to choose one?
Like you say, since Gibson come in, we've had some amazing footballers at our club. Unbelievable European Cup winners, people like that. But the one who sticks out in my memory, and I know we've had Janino and the Cuya fellas just left, Traore, but Graham Souness was my all-time favourite for the Boro. He had everything, absolutely everything. Tackle, score, run, you know what I mean, vision. He had everything, unbelievable.
An amazing career.
And you see the career that he went on to, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What about favourite all-time game of the Boro?
My favourite all-time game for the Boro was when we played Aston Villa in the second leg of the Zenith Data Cup.
Right, yeah.
First leg, I was in Coventry working.
It's not far away.
Sorry, I was in Coventry in Diggs.
Yeah.
And we were working at a place called Ward End in Birmingham, and you could see Villa Park from where we were working.
Right.
So we were all excited. We were going to go to Villa Park to see Boro in the semi-final. Gaffer wouldn't let us have the van to go back to Birmingham. It was absolutely shutting it down, and we watched that semi-final in a pub in Coventry called the Willenhall, and managed to get home for a night at home the night of the second leg.
Yeah, so it was 2 legs, yeah.
And like you say, when we beat Villa 2-1 that night, to get to Wembley for the first time.
Yeah, because explain to people, it was a big deal then getting to Wembley, wasn't it?
Like you say, it was massive, and if memory serves me right, I think it was the first final that was all-seater.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it was just so uplifting that the Boro were going to Wembley. We had the hard times, do you know what I mean? We were going through a bit of a rocky period with Bruce. And if memory serves me right, I think we were the first, must be one of the only teams to get to Wembley, then sack the manager. You know what I mean? That's if memory serves me right.
Yeah, it was, he went just after that.
Yeah, and it was just a great time to be a Boro fan, and then actually to go down to Wembley. You know, obviously we got beat. First time we'd been to Wembley. First time Chelsea beat us at Wembley. Yeah. And that's been a recurring.
First of a few, unfortunately.
But that nice, they'll just live long in the memory, you know, queuing round Ayresome Park for a ticket. Yeah. All them Boro fans came out the woodwork. Doesn't matter where they come from, they're still a Boro fan.
It happens at every club, though,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Fantastic time.
Good stuff, good memories, good game. Guesty, favourite ever Boro goal?
Favourite ever Boro goal? God, there's been so many. But I can always remember one. It was a FA Cup game. Swansea away.
Yeah.
Terry Cochrane overhead kick.
Yes, 1981 I think it was. Yeah,
that's one. that's one that really sticks in the memory. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
Fantastic. Yeah, I think it was on Match of the Day as well.
Yeah, it was.
It?
I think it was. We battered them, didn't we?
Yeah, 5-0.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
TC got it over there.
Well, I'll tell you what, that can't be far away from being maybe an answer to the next question. What's your best ever away day going to watch the Boro?
My best ever away day going to see the Boro. I think we spoke about it a couple of weeks ago, and I'm not being audible, or it was Leeds away.
Right.
The thing that sticks out why it was so pleasurable, because we'd got sponsors tickets of Thistle Hotels.
Yes, I remember you saying,
Thistle Hotels were sponsoring Leeds at the time, and we were sat with the Leeds fans. We were sat with all the kit ladies and the boarding ladies who were looking after the young apprentices. That's how it used to be at the time. You know what I mean? And it was a fantastic day. And Kavanagh scored a penalty. Janino and I think it was Branca on the touchline arguing with Brian Robson for Brian Robson to put Janino on, and it was just absolutely fantastic day. But we came home with 3 points that day, and it was absolutely fantastic.
And I mean, that's something that doesn't often happen at Leeds, is it?
So no, it doesn't happen very much at all.
Something else now we talk about a lot as well in terms of Boro kits. What's your favourite ever Boro kit, home or away kit of all time?
My favourite Boro kit of all time was the Adidas one.
Right.
Stan Cummins with a round neck.
Oh, yes.
And the sash.
Yeah.
And like you say, if I could go buy one kit again, it'd be that one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then obviously the one after that, the Adidas. There's like you say, the retro look.
Yeah.
And it was smart and you felt great when you had them on, you know what I mean?
I think all Boro kits look good anyway, but definitely I'm with you on that one. It's a smart kit. What's your saddest moment as a Boro fan?
Seeing Janino sat on the turf at Ellen Road.
Right, Leeds again, isn't it?
Yeah, crying when... Did Leeds really try that day? Do you know what I mean? And we should have stayed up. Obviously, we had to carry on with the 3 points. Yeah. Which is another thing where I seen Ravanelli going in boots, and I'm thinking, shouldn't you be at Blackburn? Or, you know what I mean? That was just a catastrophe for the club, because if we hadn't have gone down that season, God knows what Brian Robson had brought to the club.
Well,
you know
that was it. I mean, I think the summer after there was talk of Christian Vieri, Roberto Carlos, all players like that linked.
Yeah, linked, because like you say, it was our second season. Yeah. We'd managed to stay up, and that second season we brought all them superstars in. Yeah. Great fun, loads of goals. Couldn't defend to save our lives, but it was absolutely heartbreaking that day at Leeds when you still had that chance. Then to know that if we'd have turned up at Blackburn with the tea ladies, we'd have still stayed up. You know what I mean? But that's the saddest moment.
Bringing on to lighter things, what's the funniest moment you've had? It might be something to do with the job the last few years. What's your funniest moment following the Boro?
Oh God, there's so many funniest moments following the Boro. Years ago as a kid, Peter Shilton in goal for Nottingham Forest, you know what I mean? And I think there was reports in the press about someone called Sheila, and we just stood behind the goal giving him stick about supposed to be having an affair with some bird or other, and he was giving us much back, and I laughed nearly all that first half he was stood in front of us. It was, like you say, was it the South Stand? It was funny as really good day, like you say. But there's been so many funny memories with the club. I
think that's part of the thing, isn't it? When you go to the match, it's sometimes not even the game, it's the day out and the people you meet and stuff like that, isn't it?
Yeah, like you say, Zenith Day to Cup final, first day at Wembley, you get off the coach. The coach had broke down on the way to Wembley, and you get to Wembley and it starts to snow, hailstones, everything. You think, I always said it'd snow if the Boro got to Wembley, you know what I mean? And you come out and all your coach windows have been smashed.
Part of the course there, isn't it, when we play Chelsea?
Yeah.
Is there one team above any others that you love to beat?
Yeah,
go on.
Newcastle. More than any other team, Newcastle. And that's not out of hatred for Newcastle, because, like you say, the Premier League should have all 3 North East clubs in it, because they're all, in their own right, big enough and good enough to be up there.
Yeah.
But since the Keegan era, and because of growing up and going to work and working with majority of Geordies, it's
nice to get one over.
It's really, like you say, that's another thing that doesn't happen or hasn't happened that often in the past. But any team, Newcastle, absolutely. Like you say, another game when we beat them 3-1 in the League Cup when Emerson returned. Yeah. That was a great night. You know what I mean? Fantastic.
And to finish off, last one, mate. What makes our club unique? What makes our club special?
What makes our club special? One, the fans, like you say, from the bad times, like you say, going in the 70s when you're getting 30,000 there, people have witnessed bigger crowds, you know what I mean? Yeah. Then for the club to crumble, to have absolutely nothing, and then for a man, a Teessider, to come and rescue us, Steve Gibson, to have the foresight, you know, to see into the future what he could bring Teesside. Yeah. And he fought, and like you say, he got his syndicate together, rescued the club, managed to get the first 2 games of the season played at Hartlepool. Like you say, I don't think there's another club that's, you know, he's a one-man band, you know, he's our chairman. I don't know whether he is a whole, you know, I don't know whether he's a whole package for the club, whether he has anyone else in there supporting him. But what he's done for Teesside and what he's done for us Boro fans is he's kept us a club. Yeah. Got rid of Alderson Park, which was sad. But then to have a brand new stadium built for us, at the end of the day, it was for us. And to be honest, where I worked, I had to pass there every night, and I'd go get my kids every night, and I'd go over there to make sure they were still building that. And that you can ask my kids. We went there every night, watched every stanchion going, every brick going, every bit of steel. We were there every night watching that get built. Because
a lot of people thought at the time, there's no way the Boro will fill a 34,000-seater stadium, but he had the balls to say, I'm going to build that, and people will support the team, and I'll back the manager. And he did that, didn't he?
Like you say, even from that, he listened to the fans and he filled the corners in. Yeah. The fans knew when it was, 25, 27,000, fill the corners in. He filled the corners in for him, for us, as you know, and what he's done for the club, what he's done for Teesside and what he's done for the fans, you can't thank the man enough. Do you know what I mean? And I just hope, like you say, the game's getting bigger and bigger and you need more and more money. And I just hope he's going to always be in the position to help and support the club. Because, like you say, better the devil, you know. You've seen what's happened with the Venkies and people like that who's come in and absolutely destroyed clubs, Charlton. You know, we don't want that happening to our club. So, Gibbo, stay where you are, mate.
Thanks very much, mate. Enjoyed that. Really enjoyed it. If you'd like to take part in any future To Be a Borofantv shows, get in touch with us. We'll get you on. And we want to hear your views about the Boro, your happy memories and everything else for your views. It's your station, remember, Boro fans. Till next time, up the Boro. Thanks again.
Up the Boro.